What's up, you beautiful human beings, and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing week 6 predictions, except there's no we, it's just me. I know last week we were missing Eric and I said he would be back in the next week, but there was no available time for him to record. That was mostly on me because of my availability too. Either way, Eric won't be with us today, so I'm very sorry about that. You already know what time of the video it is though. On the screen now should be the scores that we had in week 5. Of course, me and Eric picked the same exact predictions, so we had the same exact record of 8-6. But Madden did even worse, so I feel better about it. And next up, here are the predictions overall for the entirety of the NFL season. You already know I'm still in the lead because I'm just better. Also because Eric had no chance of catching up to me this week, but he is gaining a lead on Madden as of right now. I'm aware I didn't release a Thursday Night Football predictions video. The reason for that is because the audio for Eric and Cole were just straight terrible. And I really couldn't have made it work in any way. It pissed me off so much, and I didn't really know what to do. So yeah, just decided it wasn't worth it. Either way, let's just get right into it. But since we were just talking about the Thursday night game, let's explain what happened. The night football game, the Chiefs ended up winning. I'm recording this after the results of it. And we all picked the Chiefs. I know it's a trust me bro moment, but believe me, Cole, and Eric all picked the Chiefs. If you pick the Broncos, I don't know what's wrong with you. They're horrible, and the Chiefs are really good. And they haven't even beat them in probably the last 16 games, so they're really trying to pull the Jets out here, not being able to beat the Patriots, even when the Patriots are this bad. Either way, let's just move on from that one. In this game, the Baltimore Ravens are visiting the Tennessee Titans. The Ravens lost in embarrassing fashion against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people don't understand the rivalry against those two teams. The most ugly football games have been played between the Ravens and the Steelers, and that was just another very bad installment into it. I mean, they play hard, and that's what leads to these weird-ass games. Like, you look at the score and you see 17-10, you think, that's a normal score. Yeah, we didn't get there normally, dude, let me tell you. The Ravens receivers couldn't catch COVID back in 2020, so they really just left so much yards and touchdowns on the table. It's crazy. Oh, he's ass. Throw it up, LJ. I got this for a tutty. Rashad Bateman, shout out to you. I, as a Steelers fan, will take it, but they're going to need to step up big time when they face the Titans, even though the Titans are not really that good. But they're going to Tennessee to face the Titans. The Titans just lost to the Colts. I thought the Tennessee Titans had a run defense, but I guess not. Their backup running back, Moss, was going crazy against the Tennessee Titans, bro, and it did not look good. Derrick Henry was not the one making a difference here. It was Zach Moss. When it comes to the Ravens, though, I think they do everything better than the Titans, and despite the really ugly loss, they were facing the Steelers. It was a rivalry game. They're going to bounce back this week against the Titans. Next up, the Washington Commies are going to be visiting the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are coming off a win when it really seemed like the Texans had it, but then Desmond Ridder turned into Tom Brady this entire game and just went crazy. Kyle Pitts actually looked like he was justifying the 5th pick to get him. The Commies are kind of on the decline here, on the opposite scale of the Falcons, as they lost to the Bears, gave them their first win in forever. The Commies let me down. It was absolutely embarrassing. Sam Howell didn't play horrible, but at the same time, that defense is butt cheeks. I don't know how they let the Bears of all teams absolutely carve them up. And before anybody tells me, oh, Justin Fields is just a dog, I don't want to hear. When most of the yards that DJ Moore had was after the catch, props to Justin Fields for getting it to him 15 yards at most beyond the line of scrimmage, but DJ Moore created most of that, and he went off for an insane amount of yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's good for him. Of course, I was facing him in fantasy. Either way, the Commies suck, and I think the Falcons are going to destroy them this week. So moving on, the Minnesota Vikings, who just lost Justin Jefferson, are going to go face the Chicago Bears, who got their first win in 70 years. Congratulations, Bears. This is not changing anything. Even though you're at home, you're still going to lose to a Justin Jefferson-less Minnesota Vikings because they still have Jordan Addison, and they still have that dog Kirk Cousins. Big Kirko wakes up dripping like this. Come on now. I really think that if the Vikings just don't give the ball away 15 times in this game, if they hold it below 15, 14 at most, they can still win this game. I'm pretty confident they won't be as bad as the Commies' defense was, and the Bears will just revert back to their very, very disappointing self, and Justin Fields will not go as crazy. In this next game, the Seattle Seahawks are visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. The Seahawks are coming off a bye week after winning against the Giants. Their defense really impressed me. I know that it's the Giants, but their defense played amazing. Witherspoon getting that absolutely nice 100-yard return, pick 6. It had to be damn near 100 yards. And the Bengals also got another win last week against the Cardinals, where Jamar Chase went absolutely crazy. He had 3 touchdowns, 15 catches, broke the record for their team. I mean, he said he was always open.
I'm open.
He is always open. Throw it to him. And so if they continue to do that, I feel like they'll be good. But am I picking them? No, because I'm a Steelers fan. No, I'm playing. I really like the Seattle Seahawks defense. I don't think they're going to allow Jamar Chase to do this to him. Nor do I think they're going to have just back-to-back weeks of looking this crazy. But the Bengals, they have a theme that they like to do. They like to catch some heat in the middle of the season and just start going crazy afterwards. And you will just forget about the fact that they had 3 losses in the first 4 weeks. So if that happens, I'll bite my tongue. But I got the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers are visiting the Cleveland Browns. I really don't have to spend much time in this game. Deshaun Watson will not be playing in this game. And with that being said, the Browns have a really good defense, which I was hyping them up for a bit because I was thinking that they would stop the 49ers quite well, or at least good enough for that offense to get something going so that they could have a chance in this game. But they really won't have a chance in this game anymore after I learned that Deshaun Watson will not be back. San Fran is just too good of a team. I can't really just see them falling off this hard to lose to the Cleveland Browns. I know the Browns are at home, but it's not looking good, so I got the 49ers. And another really bad game, the Carolina Panthers are visiting the Miami Dolphins. They don't even get to play this game at home. The Panthers suck. They have not been good at all this season. 0-5. It's been a dumpster fire. Bryce Young's career has been derailed. No, I'm playing, but it's looking that way because the Panthers are just so bad. I feel bad for my boy Miles Sanders. He was just in the Super Bowl. Now he's like on the worst team in the NFL. But now they're facing like a really good offense, and they're just going to get absolutely torched by the Dolphins. Again, I really don't have to go into detail with this one, guys. If anyone thinks the Panthers is winning, it's got to be some dude hoping that this $5 bet's going to go crazy, and he's going to be rich and he's going to change his entire life. There's just no way that somebody thinks the Panthers are going to win this one. I got the Dolphins. Next up, you got the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Jaguars. The Colts had the Jags number last time, but they will be Anthony Richardson-less, despite the difficulties that the Colts have had to get over this season. They're 3-2. They have a winning record, and Gardner Minshew isn't the biggest downgrade in the world. You know, he's a pretty serviceable backup quarterback. I don't think they'll really have too much trouble there. The Jags are just a better team, and they're pretty hot right now after being pretty questionable to start off the season. I mean, they just shut down one of the best offenses in the league after beating the other really hot offense in the Miami Dolphins. Like, they beat the Bills. I think the Jags are just white hot right now. Their defense is playing really, really well, so I think against the Colts they won't have too much trouble, so I have the Jags in this one. In this next one, the Saints, who just shut out the Patriots and made them call them daddy, are now visiting the Houston Texans. And while I do like the Texans team, I don't think they're good enough to overcome a defense this good. You know, CJ Stroud has done really good this season, but I don't think they can carve up a defense like the Saints, who proved me very wrong when I said that Bill Belichick is going to lead the Patriots to a win over them in rather surprising fashion. Well, I was wrong. They didn't. But the Patriots are just so bad. But I still think the Saints, you know, after riding that momentum of, you know, Derek Carr, he plays serviceable, they'll win this game. So I got the Saints. The New England Patriots are going to be visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders won against the Packers on Monday Night Football. That was not what I expected to see. But the Patriots, it doesn't take much to beat them, man. They showed off. The first 2 weeks they played really good against the Eagles, and they played really good against the Dolphins, both two top teams in their respective conferences. But after that, they just forgot how to play football. They've been getting absolutely destroyed, and I don't think it's going to change against the Raiders, who just came off a win. Patriots are coming off the worst loss I've ever seen from Bill Belichick, so I think that the Raiders are just going to easily take this one. Detroit Lions are visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Detroit Lions just absolutely on the Panthers, and the Buccaneers are coming off of a bye week. I think that the Lions will take this one. The Lions have been a really good team. I really like Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, he's just an insane player. You saw the pick that he had one-handed, like, completely against where his body momentum was going. It was crazy. He even tried to make a few people miss. He tried to get his Barry Sanders on after catching it. But it was the Panthers. Let's keep that in mind. And the Bucs are a good team. You know, their loss was to the Eagles. Very respectable loss. I mean, the Eagles are a very good team. So I think that this will be a close game. But I do have the Lions winning because I'm just confident they're the better team. And I like the Lions this year. I specifically like their running game, how they have Montgomery being the lead back. I know a lot of fantasy owners do not like it, but he's been going crazy. Jahmyr Gibbs is a very good backup, obviously. We've seen some sparks from him, and a lot of people want to see him more, but you're just going to have to deal with it this season because it's gotten them 4 wins and only 1 loss, so that's what you're going to see, and you're going to deal with it. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals are visiting the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams lost to the Eagles again. Not that bad, but it was close until the end, and I think that the Rams are a good team. I like Cooper Kupp coming back, and Puka Nacua did not drop off at all. They're just an elite receiver duo at this point, I think we can call it. It might be a little too early, but I think it's a really good receiver duo. Their O-line brings me a lot of questions, but I think that the Rams will be okay to beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals like to stay in games for a little bit and then remind us how bad they are at the end. I don't have faith in Joshua Dobbs, Pittsburgh Steelers legend, to absolutely demolish the Rams. It just won't happen. So I'm picking the Rams at home here. Hopefully Cooper Kupp gets like 200 yards and 40 touchdowns. That'd be amazing. The Eagles are visiting the New York Jets, and I'm not going to spend much time on this either. The Jets have a good defense, so let's not overlook that, but the Jets have not even ever beaten the Eagles in their entire existence, and it's kind of crazy, at least in the Super Bowl era. The Eagles are 5-0 and looking quite unstoppable, and I don't think the Jets are going to be able to do that. Zach Wilson is not going to come out here and just beat the Eagles. Just imagine the story, though. Zach Wilson is the one that leads the Jets to their first win over the Eagles ever while they're undefeated and one of the best teams in the league. That'd be kind of crazy. That's an if. A very big if, and it's not going to happen. I got the Eagles. The New York Giants are visiting the Buffalo Bills, and this is another one we won't have to spend a lot of time on. This is Sunday Night Football. And a lot of people want this flex. I don't remember a game getting flexed because of this reason this early on in the season. Like, I know the Giants are terrible, but the Bills have a high-powered offense. They were just stopped by the Jags last week. Do the Giants have that kind of defense? Hell no. I for one, am going to get very entertained by seeing the Bills absolutely demolish the Giants. So no question who I got there. Let's just move on. Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys are visiting the Los Angeles Chargers, and these are both pretty good teams. The Chargers are very confusing. They're coming off a bye week. The Dallas Cowboys just got poo-pooed on by the 49ers last week, but it is the 49ers, and the Cowboys are a running team. So when they go down that fast, that badly, and that defense let them down too, let's not shy away from that fact. Micah Parsons did a whole lot of nothing in this game, and the defense is going to need to no doubt play better against the Justin Herbert-led Chargers. The defense needs to step up, and they need to not get down by 20 points in the first quarter, and the game won't go away from the Cowboys, and I do have the Cowboys winning this, even though the Chargers are coming off a bye week. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers won, truly, but the Chargers really confuse me with what kind of team they are, and when Brandon Staley is the coach, I'm confident they can screw up a game like this, so I got the Cowboys winning. Thank you all for watching. Again, I am very sorry that Eric could not be in this video. I promise you that he will be in the next one. You know, it's been a rough week. It's been a very rough week. I couldn't even get Thursday Night Football predictions out, but next week will be a lot better. Trust me. However, Eric's picks should be on the screen now. He's going to send them to me, and obviously I'm going to put them up here. On the screen now should be Madden's predictions. It's going to flow like it's been the last 5 weeks. Yeah, hopefully I do better than 8-6 next week. You know, I know it's not a bad record, but it was a pretty embarrassing performance, especially when I pick teams like the Patriots to win and they get absolutely blown out 34-0. Embarrassing. It is embarrassing. However, hope you guys enjoy your day. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and put on the bell, and maybe your family will be safe. Anyway, it's been great, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya.